Are you like us and prefer trail riding over road riding? Oh, we do everything we can to avoid riding on roads because of the crazy drivers and the things that they do. How do you find the trails you ride? Do you read paper maps? Well, maybe you're just wishing you knew how to find some of the best rail trail biking adventures across the country. Well, look no further because you should check out the premier trail finder website in the US, the Rails to Trails Conservancy Traillink website or mobile app. This is our #1 way to find trails, and many of our viewers have asked for directions on where we parked, whether there were bathrooms, whether there was water fountains, whether there were other amenities along the trail. And you know what? The Traillink app can tell you all of those things and more. So what we're going to do today is show you about the Traillink app, both the paid version and the unpaid version. I'm going to start by showing you the website. And in this particular demonstration, I am not logged in, so this is the free version. So you start here on the home page, and you can either put the city or the state that you want to look around for, or if you know a particular trail name. Let's say I'm going to Colorado on vacation, and I want to look for trails in Colorado. So I will click Colorado and search. What comes up is a map of Colorado and all the potential trails that I could search on. If you hover over any of the trail names, you'll see the information about the trail as well as a trail rating. So you'll see the trail title, the mileage, the stars, it's a 5-star system, and the trail surface. Over here, you'll see the alphabetical listing of the trails. If you're interested in filtering these trails in any way, click on the filter. And you can see that you can select any activity, any surface, any type of trail. I like to go and select trails that are only 10 miles and greater. So I click apply, and that will narrow down my list to only the trails that are longer than 10 miles. I can then navigate around the map, and I can look for something that's of some interest to me or is along my route. Well, I don't know. Let's look at this Glenwood Canyon Recreational Trail. It has 5 stars and it's 14 miles long. I don't have a lot of time for my ride today as I drive by, so here I go. And when you click on the trail, you'll get more information about the trail itself. You can open up the photo gallery to get a better idea of what's happening on that trail. And then a little description of the trail. It's sometimes longer than this. There's also related content and links to other areas to get more trail information. And those areas take you outside of the Traillink app and Rails to Trails Conservancy. And then you can read a bunch of trail reviews. This one had 24 reviews. We're not going to take a peek at them right now. And some other nearby trails that you might want to consider. And you can see that they didn't take into consideration my 10 miles and more. I only have one that actually has 10 miles and more. So then the other thing you can do is you can view the trail map. You can register with, if you have a Facebook account, you continue through Facebook, or you can continue through Google or with Apple, or you can create your own free access. I've now logged in as me, so I'm on now the paid app, and I've opened up that trail, the Glenwood Canyon Recreation Trail map, and you can see it shows a lot of different things. If you're looking for a place to stay there, you can see hotels nearby. Occasionally you'll see campgrounds. You'll also see other things you might want to do in the area. Doc Halliday's grave trailhead. There must be a walking path to his grave. Historical museum, restaurants, bars, all kinds of different things. If you click on the parking, you can put in an address and you can get directions from where you're starting from. So let's say I'm at the courtyard. And click directions, and it's found the courtyard, and it's now giving me driving directions to get to that trailhead that I had clicked. So you can see the driving directions. If you load this up on the app, then you can get the actual turn-by-turn directions. It will give you directions just like any other driving application. The other thing I like to look for on these trail maps is the red line is the actual trail itself. Restrooms, endpoints, parking. I like to see if there is a break in the trail so that I'm going to be on road at any point in time. Not that I don't mind it a little bit, but if it's going to be a lot of breaks, I may not want to look at this trail. So there's a break. If you started right at the beginning in Glenwood Springs, you'd go just a very short distance, probably under a major highway, and then you're going to ride along the edge of the highway on a trail until you get here. Then there's another break, and then it looks like the rest of the trail is good. But I'm also a little concerned about the fact that I'm hugging a major highway. So the other thing I can do is I can look at a satellite version, and I can actually blow this up to see how close I am to the edge of the highway and for how long. And this goes along Route 70, which looks like a 4-lane for most of the time. So for me, this is not a trail that I'd probably choose to ride, just because I don't want all that highway noise and all that craziness. But that's the beauty of the Traillink app. It helps me decide what I do and don't want to do. Well, here's something new I discovered in preparing this video that I'd never seen before. When you're on the actual trail, I'm interested in riding this one sometime later this year, is you can certainly do all the other things I talked about, but when you get down here, you'll see a trail itinerary and a trail history. And the trail history is interesting because it'll tell you facts about the trail and how it came to be. But this is the thing that really caught my eye. There are a number of trails where the folks at Trails Conservancy have created a detailed itinerary. So here it goes through some of the history of the trail, where you could possibly stay, and a link to that location. A planning tool of how to get to and from Veronia, at least in this case, using public transportation, where you can rent a bicycle if you want to rent a bicycle, what you would do on day 1 and what you would do on day 2. They've turned this into a 2-day adventure, and after you've ridden the trail, they're also telling you can visit various things along the way. Cannon Beach on this particular one, go horseback riding, go to the Warrior Rock Lighthouse, visit a farm, visit a winery. And then the other thing that I just discovered is if you look at this detailed map, it will actually show you where these things are. And you can click on it and see that this is the Blue House Cafe. Or you can go over here and click and find out about the state park, a bicycle rental place, a place to eat, or at least that's what it says, grocery store. And let's see, it doesn't take me to the beach that they referred to, but it does show me a fair amount of things along the trail that would be super handy for me to know. Pioneer Museum, for example. And if I go back to where I just was, more information on the trail will take you right to the Traillink main page for the trail. But if you click here on attractions and amenities, it gives you an easier way to find all the different things that they are talking about in the detailed information up above. Super cool. So the first thing we need to do is find the Traillink app in the App Store. Here it is. I've already downloaded it, so we're just going to go straight to opening. So to find a trail, you need to click on the magnifying glass. And here you can put in a location, a city, state, zip, or a trail name. You can sort it by activities. You can select the surface. You can select the mileage. I'm going to click 10 miles. And then I'm going to look in Colorado and say apply. And it loads up the different trails. Because I've selected 10 miles and up, you're going to see that I'm only going to get trails of 10 miles or more. And you can scroll through the different trails and look at the links or whatever you'd like to do. Or you can go back to the map and click on any of these on the map to get some additional information about the trail. This is telling me how far it is from my home to this trail. So let's go with the Mineral Belt Trail. And the Mineral Belt Trail, you'll now see information about the trail, and you can click here to get more. The length, the surface type, what you can do on that trail. You'll see a spot to click and view the trail map. You'll see the reviews, and this looks like a fairly popular trail. It's got a 5 out of 5 star review. Additional trails that you could possibly go on. And I am on the free version right now. I'm not logged in. So down at the very bottom, it's telling me what I can get if I did actually go for the paid version. And basically, the big difference is right here. I can view the trail map, but when I try to click on something, you need to register to view the maps and more. You aren't going to get the directions without the paid version. Now I'm logged into the paid version and a few different things. I can download this trail map if I wanted to. I can see some different itineraries for different trails and an itinerary for this trail. I can also take the trail map and click view. I can navigate around and see all the different things that I would have seen before. I can also say I want to park right here, and it will give me the directions from my current location, which is 1,500 miles away, so it's going to take me a few minutes to get to this trail. Oh, radars. It shows me radar. So that's the advantage of the paid version. You can mark the trail as one of your favorites and then come back and see your list of favorites. You can see my list of favorites here. And after I've ridden them, I take them off of my list. They're alphabetical, though. They're not by state. It would have been nice if it would have been by state. It will also show me how many trails I've completed, as long as I click them off of my favorites list. I haven't purchased any trails. I haven't downloaded any trails because I don't feel a need to download the trails. I don't need a paper map. In settings, you can figure out when your subscription renews and managing your subscription and things like that. There are other benefits to a paid subscription. One is you can download unlimited trail maps to your device, and so you can access them even if you don't have an internet connection. And of course, you'll be supporting the Rails to Trails Conservancy. So, what are you waiting for? If you haven't already, download the Traillink app today and let the Rails to Trails Conservancy guide you to unforgettable biking experiences. Happy trails!